I hope you take a day for yourself to relax and rest and read. Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten, and today we are doing the Relax and Readathon announcement video. For those of you that don't know, this is a bi-monthly 24-hour readathon that I host with the main emphasis on relaxing and reading. So let's get into it. So the prompts for this does not change. We have a little bingo card here, and it is a mixture of 4 reading prompts and 4 lifestyle prompts. So we're just going to go through the different prompts, and then I will tell you the books that I plan on reading. Also, should say that this readathon will be taking place on the 10th of August. Now, if this date does not work for you, feel free to change it to any day that does, or even expand it into a week or a month-long readathon. It is completely up to you. The main point of this is just a reminder to take at least one day to relax. It's really important, and it's so easy to forget to do a bit of self-care, and that's what this readathon is all about, is doing that little bit of self-care and taking a little bit of time for yourself, especially during all these busy times. Like, everyone's busy with different things, depending on your life, will depend on your circumstances, but it is really important to prioritize yourself as well. Let's get into the bingo board. So the first prompt is read a book on your TBR. We then have a hot drink or a beverage of choice. Now, I personally love having a nice cup of tea or a cup of chai latte to relax to. However, I know not everybody likes a hot drink, so just a beverage of choice. And then we have continue a series or a book you are in the middle of reading. Read a book you have wanted to read for a while. Enjoy a cozy hobby. Now, this cozy hobby can be reading, so just by reading you have completed this. But if you do have other cozy hobbies, whether it's diamond painting or sketching, knitting, playing cozy games on the Switch, like I love Animal Crossing, you know, it's just remember to take that time to actually enjoy your hobbies as well. And then we have go outside. Now, this could be as simple as sit in your garden or on a balcony, or if the weather's particularly rubbish that day, open a window and just let in some fresh air. It could be going out for a walk. And then we have read a short book, and then the final life hobby is light a candle or play some music, or you can do both. So for me, I don't really listen to much music, hence why I have a mixture on here, because otherwise I would never fulfill this prompt. I do actually do like the ambience rooms that you can get where it's like a fireplace or like a stormy night. Those are good, that also count. Now, one thing about this is mix and match as much as you want. You do not have to read 4 separate books for these prompts. The last readathon that we did, I had 1 book and I stretched those prompts to make it fit for all 4. Do what you want. You don't have to read all 4 books. For these announcement videos, I do say 4 different books I plan on reading. It's been a long time since I've 1, stuck to this TBR, and 2, actually fulfilled 4 books for the 4 separate prompts. So please feel free to combine these prompts in any way that works for you, or just get rid of them and read whatever you're in the mood for. It's completely up to you. But let's go through the 4 books that I'm hoping to read. I've gone for quite an easy selection, so fingers crossed I'm actually going to get them all read. We'll see. This readathon is also taking place during the full moon readathon hosted by Jan. I do plan on taking part. This might end up changing to fit with some of the books for that challenge instead. We'll see. For now, I'm keeping it as separate and just taking a day out of that readathon to do this. But if it gets closer to time and I'm under a bit of a crunch because we've only got 3 days left and I've got books to finish for that readathon, it's probably going to end up changing. As it stands, for read a book on my TBR, I am going with Yona of the Dawn Volume 1. This is a series that I've been speaking about for a little while, been meaning to pick it up for a little while. This is a historical romance series, and I don't know if that's the sort of thing I'm going to like in manga. Generally speaking, the manga I tend to like is darker, more gothic leaning, so it'll be interesting to see whether I actually like a romance-led manga. I'm not sure, but I need to read it to actually find out. I don't really know what this is, apart from the fact that we're following Princess Yona, who then has to leave her kingdom for some reason, I think. I don't know. I haven't read it. I need to read it. Please let me know if you like this series. I know there is a few people that do, but I just keep putting it off. The second prompt is a series you're in the middle of or a book you're in the middle of reading, and that I've gone for what I was meant to read for it last time, which was Moriarty Volume 3. So this is a Sherlock Holmes inspired manga, but instead of following Sherlock Holmes, we're following Sherlock Holmes' nemesis, Moriarty, and we're seeing how Moriarty became the nemesis, the criminal mastermind that he is. And I do enjoy it. Like, I've read the first 2 volumes, I did really enjoy them. Been meaning to continue on with this for ages. Like I say, in the last readathon it was actually on the TBR, I just never got round to it. I decided to ditch the TBR for a completely different book, and it was really fun and really great. And I ended up using the prompt of read a book you're in the middle of as, well, I'm currently halfway through this book, I'm going to finish reading it, therefore it ticks off that prompt, which is what I mean by do what you want with the prompts. But yeah, hopefully I will actually read Moriarty Volume 3. We'll see. I've put 2 manga on here deliberately just because this is going to be easier. I've been finding that when it comes to reading in 24 hours, I can do it, but I tend to only want to read like 1 book rather than multiple. So I'm hoping with having multiple manga, it will break up the book that I'm reading, and it will mean that I actually get more stuff read off my TBR. Hopefully it works. We'll see. Then the third prompt is a book you've been meaning to read for a while, and for me, I'm going with A Room with a View by E.M. Forster. Now, this is either going to be a fantastic idea because I finally get this book read, or a terrible idea because it's a classic book and I'm not going to be in the mood for it. But it is only short. Like, it's really not many pages. How many pages is this? It's only 220 pages long. So I really don't have an excuse not to read this book. This one is a tale of love and liberation. We're following Lucy, and she is transformed by this trip that she takes to Italy and seeing their way of life, and then how constrained she feels coming back to England. I'm really looking forward to reading this one, but I say that all the time about classics, and I do look forward to them. I do really enjoy classics. It's just I've really got to be in the mood for it. So I'm hoping that this will be a good time to read it and I can get it read. I need to. I keep putting it off, and I definitely haven't read anywhere near as many classics as I meant to. Have I read a single classic this year? I've read a short story collection and I think that's it. So I need to get on it because I've got so many classics I need to read on my TBR, and this is on my summer TBR. Hopefully we're going to do 2 birds 1 stone with this one, but we'll see. Yeah, let me know if you've read it. And then the final prompt is read a short book, and for this I'm going with a poetry collection, which is technically another classic, and that is Goblin Market by Christina Rossetti. Now, Goblin Market itself is only short. It's not as long as this book, which isn't long anyway, but Goblin Market is 16 pages long. That's literally all it is. And then we have a few more poems. The total of this is only 64 pages long. My goal is to just read Goblin Market. If I like the poem, then I'll continue reading others. Poetry is not really my favourite thing. However, Goblin Market I've been intrigued by. I mean, it's a classic poem. I really want to read it. A few months ago, last year, I went to this art exhibit where it was of the Rossettis, and we had Christina Rossetti's poetry on the walls combined with paintings by her brothers, and it was beautiful. I absolutely loved the exhibit, and it got me really interested in reading the Goblin Market. So I'm hoping I really enjoy this one. I mean, I picked up this for £2. I mean, it's 16 pages long. There is no reason for me not to read this one. So I'm really hoping I get to it, and it'll be good to try poetry because it's something I've dipped in every so often, but it's not really anything that's connected with me. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the poem for me. So there we are. Those are the 4 books I plan on reading during the readathon. Hopefully I get to them. I feel like I've done a good job because none of these are long. They're all pretty easy reads. We've got 2 manga, which are by themselves very quick reads, a 16-page poem, and then 1 novel, which is more like a novella because it's so short. So there is no reason for me not to get to these. The only thing, like I say, I think would end up happening is me changing out some of the stuff to read for Jan's readathon if I'm behind. So we'll see how that works. Hopefully I end up doing really well with the readathon and I don't end up falling behind, and that would be great, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think at the very least, even if I end up swapping out a couple of the prompts, I would still like to get to Goblin Market regardless of what ends up happening on the day, because it is only 16 pages. But yes, these are the plans. We'll see if it happens. I do make these videos with all intention of sticking to these TBRs. It just hasn't happened for the last couple of times. But I hope you enjoy the readathon. If you would like to take part in a way that is more beyond just reading for the day, as in like more interactive, then I do have a Discord channel linked below for you. And there we have a separate little channel for the readathon where people update what they've been reading, where I put in live updates of what I've been reading and how I'm feeling about the book. And it's really really nice because we do get people taking part on the day, but also a few days before and sometimes a few days after, and it's just a really nice way to interact and connect with people while you're reading. It feels absolutely lovely. It's one of those things that if my Wi-Fi was better, I would love to host live sprints for this, but my Wi-Fi is atrocious and it just doesn't happen. But I hope you enjoy, whether you take part or not. I hope you take a day for yourself to relax and rest and read and just enjoy. But if you do want to take part, it is on the 10th of August and I will have the bingo board. It will be up on my Instagram stories. It is saved in a highlight, so if you want to, you can click on there and take a screenshot of this. It will also be in Discord as well. So I hope you enjoy. Good luck to everybody and thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, let's put a sunflower emoji if you've made it this far or you just don't know what you would like to comment. Please let me know if you do plan on taking part and what you think about reading, but I'm gonna leave it there. So thank you so much for watching, genuinely. Thank you to everyone that has been watching these videos, for wanting to even take part in these readathons. Like, it started out as just something I did for myself and there was enough of you that wanted to take part that we made it into a channel readathon, and it has been so much fun. I love being able to engage in this way, so genuinely, thank you. If you have enjoyed this video, then do consider giving it that thumbs up, subscribing and commenting. Those 3 things really help this channel out. My social media links and everyone I've mentioned will be linked below for you, and I will of course catch you in the very next video.